All right, let me know if that's working now. All right, it's working. Let me go back to the screen. All right, guys, so okay, it's working now. All right, sweet. There may be some background noises. I apologize. Is the mic working good? I've got a new setup. It's obviously much more terrible than the last one. But excellent connection. Awesome. First Maddie stream here. Hello from Italy. Hey man. Nicolo, good to see you here. I've got my chat on my phone, so I can see you guys on the phone. Okay, great. Yeah, 12 p.m. man, midnight Melbourne. We're doing one. We're doing one because I know it sucks for many people in Europe and UK, and I'm winging it. All right. This might freeze. The problem is I have to use a different room, and the internet connection isn't as good in this room, and I don't have a good setup. There's no green screen, so we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna go through some stuff as we usually do. I hope this light behind me isn't shining in your face, but we're gonna have some fun, right? We're gonna talk about NFTs. It's always fun to talk about NFTs. There's a bunch of stuff that's happened again, as usual, and I kind of like this because midnight for me is a better time, guys, because midnight is when my baby's asleep. I know it's weird, but 9 a.m. is like when my baby's kept me up all night from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. Usually I'm up all night because my baby doesn't let me sleep. And then 9 a.m. I do a stream and I'm like about to sleep and just fall off my chair, right? So midnight for me is actually a better time. Midnight Melbourne. Hello from Sydney, John. How are you, man? Thanks for tuning in. This is great for Europe. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I look tired. I know. I'm tired because I just took a nap. Thank you for the concern, my friend. Thank you for the concern. I sleep all right, guys. So I sleep like 4 to 6 hours a day, and this is what I love doing. It doesn't feel like work to me because I've always been a content creator. I've done it for 10 years. I used to do e-commerce content and all this sort of stuff before, so it's not that big of a deal. But again, thank you for your concern, Edward. Hello from Slovakia. There you go, Hugo. Good to see you. So we got 42 people in the chat. I will keep my chat here, and we can kind of get started in a couple more minutes. But 5 month old here. Yep, what a trip. My one's 6 weeks, and it's my first kid. I thought I could get into some sort of routine, and I did, but then recently it's just blown out of the water. There is no routine. There's no routine. Also, guys, just a note that this might all crash, right? My laptop might crash. I'm using a different laptop. The stream might get stuck. It actually got the browser got stuck annoyingly just before, and I had to like reset everything literally a minute before I started. So it might happen again. So you know, this might be a short stream, might be a long stream. Again, we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna see what happens, and fingers crossed. Hopefully, we'll be okay. Hi, Manish from India. How are you, Manish? Good to see you. Hi from Bangkok. Holy shit, we're getting people from many different countries today. Cheers from Quebec, Canada. Hello from Germany, Janina. Good to see you. Chili B. Hey, Maddie. What's up? What's up? Hello from Melbourne, Steven. All the Melbourne guys and Australian peeps staying up midnight for me. Or up at midnight. So, cool. Trust the tech. Yeah, Siddharth. Trust the tech. I am in full trust of my tech. I actually have a new MacBook Pro, but it just still can't handle the pressure, man. I stream and then I record and then I'm on I watch videos at the same time, and my laptop, even though I got a new Mac, just can't take it. I've actually got a new Windows as well, but it's hard, you know, when you've used Mac for too long, it's hard to transition to use the other one. Vancouver, Canada. Netherlands, Bangalore. What is up, Sunil? Bangalore's my hometown, man. Bangalore is where I wasn't born in Bangalore. I was actually born in Australia, but my parents are from Bangalore, so I go there all the time. I used to before COVID. I hope you're doing well. I know India is going through some tough times. I know everyone's going through some tough times because of COVID, guys. Whether you believe it or not, in it or not, I don't really care. I just hope you're all safe and alive and healthy and haven't, you know, had too much of issues. It's been a very sad and gloomy last 2 years, guys. Like, I'm as happy and excited I am for the NFT space, and we're blessed to have an industry that keeps our attention away from what's going on. There's just this weird dull feeling that just doesn't go away. So anyway, hope you guys are okay from Perth. Let's get going, guys. So let's get going. Let's smash this out. All right. Shift 1. That should change the view. I'm going to keep switching from my OBS to here because I don't have another monitor. And again, we're completely winging it. All right. As you guys know, I do a giveaway every single time. We've given away all sorts of things from values of 0.1 ETH to super rare tokens to all sorts of NFTs. We always do it. We're doing it again. But this time, I can't get Discord to work on my browser. There's some weird glitch going on where if I on Discord, the whole thing gets fuzzy in the back. I don't know. Don't ask. It's just what happens. And I don't know how to deal with it. So the way I'll do this giveaway is if you hashtag giveaway in the comment section. That's all I need. I just need you guys to say hashtag giveaway in the comment section, and 24 hours from now, I will choose someone and I'll reach out to you. Okay. I'll reach out to you through the Discord. So in the link, there'll be my Discord, and join the Discord and hashtag giveaway in this chat. So the live chat, and then in the Discord, we'll jump in there and I'll find you guys somehow. I'll just announce it somewhere and I'll get in touch. All right. So you're going to win a Rick Bull, and good luck to you guys. Okay. We're going to do it different today because I don't have my buddy Michael, who's a genius with the tech, who always helps me, but I'm by myself. I'm running solo today. Alrighty, let's go, guys. Let's go. So Logan Paul recently announced, this is a bit of alpha. This stuff has not been seen by many people, right? Logan Paul recently announced an NFT project. Okay, he recently announced an NFT project. Announces date for his NFT project called Cryptozoo. He calls it Cryptozoo, and I'm gonna press play here, and I hope you guys can hear what's going on. There's only been 22,000 views. And you guys know when Logan Paul announces something on his proper channel, it probably gets millions of views. But so far, not many people know. So this could be a good opportunity. But here we go.
September 1st, Cryptozoo.co. I'm going to tease it. That's all I'm going to say about it now. Because we're finishing up the development. But I am so excited about this project. It's so fun. It provides a yield with a token, can earn you money. And as a person who understands...
Okay. So if you didn't hear that, basically, he said he's releasing an NFT project. He's excited about it. It's going to provide a yield when you buy the NFT. And a yield basically means that if you own the NFT or you do something in crypto, then you can earn crypto. So you get this cryptocurrency that you can claim while you do a certain activity. You can kind of say that playing Axie Infinity is you earning yield because you're earning the Axis token. This is concerning because my battery is not charging at a rate that's faster. It's actually going down. Let me see if I can put my brightness down or something. I need to conserve my energy over here somehow. We might have to cut this short, so I'm gonna try smash this out in 20 minutes. All right, anyway, tech issues. Let's keep going. So Logan Paul announced that he's got this NFT project is coming out. It's called Cryptozoo. Let's take a look at Cryptozoo. I found it, or a friend of mine found it. And it's Cryptozoo NFT, The Breeding Begins. It looks like a really basic ass game. But Cryptozoo.co. Yep, Cryptozoo.co. Andrew asked, what am I running? Man, I don't know. I'm running a MacBook on a charge. Oh, wait, it is charging, so 7%. Cool. Hopefully we don't die midway. Anyway, he's released this project, which looks like you can merge two animals together to make another animal. Apparently, he's worked 6 months on this, and he spent about $1 million to build a project like this, right? And you can merge these weird animals and make another animal. He recently announced that, and now it's become 5,000. There's 5,000 holders of the Zoo token, all right? Zoo token. And it looks really easy. Logan Paul launches Cryptozoo. $Zoo token has gone parabolic. That's a breaking news from someone. 2K holders before. Again, you can merge these NFTs to make another NFT. It's on Binance Smart Chain. So you'll have to know how to figure out how to purchase stuff on Binance Smart Chain, BSC. Crossbreeding of never before seen animal hybrids, NFTs that yield a token, and a gamified user experience will make Cryptozoo an instant viral phenomenon. He wants a little a viral buzz. I mean, he is a one of, if not the most influential YouTube person right now. But check this out. We go to CoinGecko, and we find our Zoo token. There it is, Cryptozoo. And Cryptozoo has gone up. Cryptozoo has gone up about 80% in the last 24 hours. So it looks like there's this token you can purchase. Now, before he announced it, it looks like no one knew it even existed. It wasn't doing much volume, as you can see. The volume is really, really low. The price is really, really low. And somewhere over here, I think they were all accumulating it because internally they knew that they were going to announce Cryptozoo today. And then in the last 24 hours, you can see it jumped up even more as people are coming to know about it. Now, is it a good investment? I have no clue. All I know is that personalities like Logan Paul or even, you know, crypto influencers, if they release a project, they can consistently bring people's attention to it, right? It looks really basic. Now, I hope, again, when influencers or people with a public personality do something, I would hope there's some sort of accountability, because if it turns to crap, you basically lose all your followers, a lot of money. You can't afford to do that, right? So generally, you know, you got to, yeah. Vinay says that he bought a lot of Logan Paul NFTs, which he released on Bondly for 1 ETH. It is called Logan Paul Box Breaker. Now it's worth only 0.06 ETH. I still hold it. That is the, that's a risk you take. That's a risk you take is, you know, they may continue to add value to it. They may move to another project. They may forget about it for a year and then come back to that NFT and do something. It's a risk you take as kind of going hard at early investors from a person that doesn't really know what they're doing. XFi Art says, why is people doing giveaway? Because I'm changing the giveaway format. There's going to be someone selected from the chat. So hashtag giveaway if you want to be selected from the chat. It'll be 24 hours from now. We will figure that person out. That person will win this Rickstro Bull. As you know, I have a ton of Rickstro Bulls, and we'll be giving away 7108. Yesterday or the day before, guys, I gave away a Rickstro Bull pod, which hatched into probably one of the most rarest Rickstro Bull. So I gave it away because that was the promise, and he's got one of the most rarest. He's got one of the most rarest Rickstro Bull. So congrats to I think it was Avi. Avi won that. All right, so yeah, so that's that. Now I don't know how this project's gonna do, but it looks like September 1st. He says there's a date here. I think it says September 1st. Where does he announce it? He says it somewhere here. Let's listen to it again.
Fans, I am so excited about the development, but Cryptozoo I think there needs to be a fresh take. And this project that I have is that fresh take. September 1st.
September 1st.
Cryptozoo.co. I'm going to tease it. That's all.
September 1st, Cryptozoo.co. You can buy a bunch of NFTs. Now, it looks like he's doing more apart from just dropping what he did before with Bondly. He knows a little bit more about the NFT space. He's studied a lot of 10,000 avatar projects. So hoping he's going to do more. It's on the BSC chain, so you'll have to get some BNB token and learn a little bit about that before you buy some. But the Cryptozoo token is available to buy. So when you own those NFTs, you're going to get paid in Cryptozoo tokens. Now that's kind of good because you get paid, but it's kind of bad because everyone gets paid, and then because everyone gets paid, they can all sell it on the market, and that puts sell pressure. So the price, I'm not sure how the price is going to do, but you know, Logan Paul's behind it. He has a massive audience. It could do better. The total market cap is the total undiluted or diluted market cap, I think, is like $1 billion. Here we go. Fully diluted market cap is $936 million, pretty much $1 billion. We don't know how much is circulating though. Circulating supply is what we should worry about for now. But I don't know how much is releasing and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, we don't know what's going on there. Let me just make sure I'm recording. Okay. Yeah, so let's see how this goes. I just wanted to put it out there because this news kind of only came out 18 hours ago. No one really knows about it. Only 22,000 people on Impulsive have watched it. The crypto crowd doesn't really know about it. I haven't even purchased anything. I might after this video, but I thought I'd put it out there because it is kind of news. Because big personalities and big people will release some sort of a token in the future. Being on BSC chain is probably the only fresh take about it. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. I mean, a fresh take, and he's using animals and a breeding game, and is doing yield. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of innovation there being on BSC chain, but that's pretty much a copy paste of what's already working, right? I wonder if he's gonna go with the 10,000 NFTs. I think he's hoping that the idea goes viral, and due to the virality will bring value to it. So I mean, it is somewhat cool. I'm not really a fan of realism, like hyper realistic stuff. I remember watching Lion King. I remember watching Lion King. What, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it was the realistic version, and I was like, man, this is cool, but you know, I prefer the cartoon because it was more fantasy. I liked it. It was more fun. The real thing just I don't know, it just didn't really hit home for me. But you know, that's just me. Who knows how this is going to go? Could be different. Lion King is my favorite movie, by the way. It's like the best thing ever. Vinay says, I have a MetaKey. Thanks, Maddie. MetaKey is a great and unique project. Greetings to you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. What about Mike Tyson NFT launch? We can go through that. We can go through Mike Tyson NFT launch. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, investing in yield guild game. This is a little bit of commentary on this. So, Andreessen Horowitz and A16Z are. So I'm releasing a venture fund very soon. Gonna be able to raise a lot of money, and I'll be releasing a venture firm so that I can invest in projects. A16Z is an old venture firm that is very, very big. I mean, this firm is massive. So they're going around basically investing in a bunch of different projects. They invest in yield guild games. Just really quickly wanted to go through this commentary that they said here. Yield guild games is basically a company that goes around buying game assets like Axie Infinities, etc., and allows people to use them, and then builds basically this revenue business on gamers playing and earning yield and sharing some of that with yield guild games. So basically, they're gonna probably have hundreds of thousands of players earning money, and sharing a bit of those money with yield guild games will provide the assets for you to be really good at these games. Now, they said that we're thrilled to join this community as a partner and are excited to help establish NFT-based play-to-earn games as the next major innovation in gaming. That's why today we are announcing $4.6 million in financing for YGG as an investment that was finalized prior to the YGG token sale on July 27th. Right now, there is a largely untapped economic opportunity in emerging markets to provide jobs by building a virtual economy in the digital world. The way we define a job is quickly evolving because of crypto and gaming, and we think we're just getting started to what's possible in this realm. With 4,700 scholars and over $8.6 million earned, YGG is now paying over $1 million weekly and already proving to be an unstoppable force for good. We couldn't be more excited to work with Gabby, Beryl, Al, and the rest of the team to bring YGG to an even wider community of scholars around the world. So YGG alone are paying out $1 million weekly. That's 4 mil per month. That's 50 mil per annum at this rate, if they were not to grow at all. Their scholars are earning 50 mil per annum, which is crazy. And there's so far 5,000 of them. So I think is that 100,000 each? 1,000, 1,000. No, that's about $10,000 each. So they're earning $10,000 per annum, about $1,000 a month, which is a great salary, I would assume. For people in India and Philippines. I know my cousins in India would have loved to play games for $1,000 US a month. It's an amazing salary. And I guess what this also means, guys, is on a macro level, what happens is that wealth is being moved from the wealthy to the less wealthy. Okay, wealth is being moved to countries that are less wealthy, more wealthy to the less wealthy, because where is this money coming from? It's coming from investors that bought the SLP token, and investors are usually in Western countries, and that money is being redistributed to Philippines and India, etc. It's kind of like what happened when factories kind of got really popular in China and all that. The wealth was kind of they started to get wealthy, right? And that's a great thing because they start to compete on a national level. There's good jobs there, there's education there. They're able to start to become investors themselves and really grow their economy. So this is a huge deal for bringing in revenue to countries of like India and Philippines, etc. I think it's a cool thing what's happening here. So I didn't really want to talk too much about this, but projects like Axie Infinity, one of the first, absolutely won't be the last. There'll be many, many more that will provide opportunity for people that want to earn money. YGG is awesome. Need more time to look at it. Yeah, it is awesome. I know Gabby personally. He's a really awesome dude. All right, let's keep going. Now, is Mark Zuckerberg, the Zuck. Facebook launched Horizon Workrooms, a new virtual reality remote work app that allows users to put on their Oculus Quest 2 headsets and call into company meetings, all from the comfort of their own home. Not a fan of the Zuck. Not a fan of Mark Zuckerberg. I haven't used Facebook for God knows how long. I use it every now and then to check something. Hell no, I'm putting any data on there. But they're launching a virtual reality app for working from home. They're obviously very, very well funded. They're obviously very, very smart. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of go on to, build some really good products to solve some big issues that COVID people are facing. A work from home app that looks like you can work from home. It's a massive whiteboard and you can show people what's going on. It's kind of a meeting thing. Looks quite cool, actually. I also know that the Zuck is doing his own metaverse thing. So there's like this kind of, he's moving the Facebook model to people existing in a virtual format, trading things potentially being on blockchain and NFTs and all that sort of stuff. What I do know with companies like Facebook is they seem to have a model where you can they earn their money through ad revenue. And to earn money through ad revenue, you have to be able to collect data and sell that data generally to advertisers, right? Sell meaning like display the ability to utilize that data to get in touch of your ideal audience. So if I want to sell Medikey t-shirts to people that love NFTs, I can kind of do that on the Facebook advertising platform. I can search NFTs and see who searched NFTs or did NFT related things on Facebook, and they will see my ad. So it's very targeted advertising. That's how Facebook makes a ton of their money, right? Billions of dollars is spent on advertising to reach, weddings and funerals. You got people that love chihuahuas. You got people that drive Mercedes-Benz, and like all these companies, they use the Facebook data to advertise to Facebook people. And that's why sometimes when you go to a website, you go back to Facebook, you'll see an ad and you're like, holy shit, I was on that website a while ago. They just have targeting very well. So that's kind of the model that they have. And that's very anti-blockchain. Blockchain model is the decentralized model where we don't like giving our data at all. We like to stay anon. We don't really do advertising at all. If there's an ad sent to us, we probably reject it straight away. The crypto space is very different to the general Facebook space. So I'm not really keen on a Facebook metaverse where maybe I'll put my virtual reality glasses around and I'll look around, and as I look around, they'll track my eyes and start to send me ads based on where I look at. Like, I'm not really down for that sort of stuff. So I think there's a lot of momentum in blockchain-based virtual worlds, whether it be Decentraland or CryptoVoxels, or basically the category of metaverse worlds in the blockchain space that utilize NFTs that I think will work together. I think there's a lot of it's going to be basically them against Facebook, in my opinion. And yeah, not really looking forward to Facebook doing something. And even if they do, guys, I think like we have so much momentum on the blockchain side to kind of keep the momentum on this side. Oh, so Paris Hilton went to
a non-fungible token.
Non-fungible. Explain what it.
Paris Hilton went to Jimmy Fallon's show and explained what an NFT is.
NFT is
a non-fungible token.
Non-fungible.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is basically a digital contract that's on the blockchain So you can basically sell anything from art to music to experiences, physical objects.
Like what could I'm not going to jump into the NFT world, but I know that Beeple is an artist. That's awesome.
Yeah, so awesome.
And he had like maybe like 300 pictures in one digital picture.
So Paris Hilton went to Jimmy Fallon to explain what a non-fungible token is, and I think she did a great job. Like, it was pretty simple. It's a digital contract to represent a few things, and in 30 seconds, it was made somewhat clear to people, and people have a very hard time explaining NFTs, and I think that was great. Now, like, think about people like Jimmy Fallon, who are for the first time hearing about NFTs, but they know the main news. They know that people came and sold an art piece for 69 mil. They know there's some weird pixel stuff selling for, tens of millions, like CryptoPunk. There's something going on weird. It's going to take some time until people like Jimmy Fallon and other people that have massive audiences understand NFTs, right? This is the process of education we're seeing, guys. Remember, this started with a handful of NFT people messing around, right? This then went to a big circle of people and a big suite of projects, from Decentraland to Crypto Kitties to NBA Top Shots, and that's where it started to go mainstream. It started to unlock industries, and it's still a pretty small circle. In September, it kind of boomed, and art kind of took it away, and people hit mainstream. And then people like, what the heck is going on? Like, NBA Top Shot hit mainstream, and then NBA people were like, what the heck is going on? And then people like Paris Hilton and celebrities, Mike Tyson recently, are starting to get to know. They're starting to get their feet wet. What is the next step? The next step are audiences like Jimmy Fallon and people that have these massive, people that realize that they are content creators. They are basically celebrities, and they have a massive audience. Why would you not send NFTs their way? Why would you not do something in the blockchain space and release an NFT if it is the hype, and do something there? So we're seeing this, and Logan Paul released his NFT with Bondly in the early days, and that to me was an experiment. But these moving forward, eventually Logan Paul's coming back and he's doing another thing, and he's going to do another thing, and he's going to keep experimenting until he finds something that's epic. But imagine Jimmy Fallon will get it. He'll tell his audience, and a year, 2 years from now, that's why the NFT space is going to look absolutely different. It's going to look absolutely different because millions of people will understand what's going on, right? There's this every 4 months or 6 months, there's a massive new wave or a cycle, because suddenly a big amount of people went from, I don't know what the hell is going on, to I've dabbled a little bit. Oh shit, I know what's going on. I want to put a serious amount of money in here. And that phase is usually 3 to 4 months. So every 3 to 4 months, you'll notice there's a massive spike, or a 6-month period. It's getting more frequent with the NFT space. It was actually like every 6 months with the NFT space. Now it's getting more frequent as, the reach is getting bigger and bigger. Do I think it's becoming more of a cash grab? Kind of, yeah. I do a little bit from people that don't have a long-term strategy. So if it's people that are just releasing something that they don't think will have much relevance, I think it could be a cash grab. But like Mike Tyson recently came up, and then he did this art collab with Corey. Then he did some interviews, he reached out, he went on the Clubhouse, and it looks like he wants to do a little bit more. And that's, you can call that a cash grab because celebrities are using their influence to sell. But they're somehow tying that to value. So they're tying that to an artist who is Corey, who's quite well known now and who's doing well. So, they're not just releasing a picture of, like Mayweather released a picture of photos of himself, fighting it out. And that's somewhat of a collectible, but it's not really tied to an artist. It's not really tied to his career. It's not tied to anything long term, right? So I think there'll be a revisit of these NFTs, because once these NFTs are put out there in the market, people can come back, like a creator like Mike Tyson can be like, yo, whoever owns this Corey NFT can come to my games for free, my matches, right? If he was still boxing, he can hypothetically say that, and then he could scan and see who got the NFT, let him in for free, and then suddenly those NFTs will go up in value. You can revisit and do that. So I think there's this phase of 1 year or 2 years where people will look back and say, wait a second, I want to give value to those first ever NFTs that I released. So you know, these are predictions. I don't know how it's going to work out. The way I invest are based on multiple predictions. I do, you know, maybe historical NFTs will have value, so I throw some money there. Maybe avatar projects may have value, I throw some money there. Maybe some virtual land will have value. Maybe some art will have value. Maybe some game items will have value. Maybe 10, 15, 20 different games will go up and be massive. So I try and distribute my funds across multiple different hypotheses, plural, and see what works out. Maybe 1 or 2 will work out. Maybe the rest might turn to crap because it just didn't work that way, and that's fine. That's how I invest. Yeah, same happened in 90s, questioning email and internet on live shows. That is how education is happening on mass media. New phase for NFTs. Yep, pretty much centrifugalist. I hope I said that right. You are spot on, man, or lady. DJ Maddie, are you looking at Chino Dinos, project made by Sean Kelly? No, I'm not. I am, God, probably 30 projects hit my radar every day, and I just do not have the time to look at them. I honestly do not. I have very little time these days, guys. Baby, obviously, and then my venture fund, and then my content, and then Medikey, and then tweeting, and then investing. I wish I was more nimble, because my first year of NFTs, I was like on everything. I was like, I know everything what's going on. Now I'm doing a little bit more than that, so I just don't have the time. Chatterbox22 is my wife, guys, by the way. What's up? Would you hold 50 ETH or buy current punk floor? I would put 20 ETH towards the punk floor. Oh wait, is 50 ETH a punk now? I'm not sure. I like to be diversified. I like to have both ETH and punks. That's a tough question. Ooh. I'd probably hold a punk. How's Gauntlets going? Not very good. Gauntlets, I think there's 4,500 that are still left and not sold. That's all right. You know, they can sell it consistently. But what they'll have to do now is provide value and show that this project is worth staying in. It's not just a flipping thing. They've actually got a game coming out, so the onus is on them to prove that they've got more than just hype. So let's see if Boss Logic and the team can do that. I have faith, but yeah, let's see what happens. All right, let's keep going. All right, so that's Jimmy Fallon doing his thing. Let's keep moving. Now, Vfriends recently tweeted this. They said, Vfriends fam, unfortunately, we managed to lose a large percentage of our Discord community. We learned hard lesson and hope to have you all back in. Here's how it happened. Last week, our Discord has been hit with a raid of scam bots. These bots were attempting to join the server and DM users about fake giveaways and links. Our moderator team worked quickly to ID these bots while warning the community about the attack to try and keep everyone safe. In an attempt to mass ban scam bots that bypassed our security and snuck in, one of our mods selected prune members, hoping this setting would prune, aka remove, the bots. Unfortunately, the Discord prune setting kicked inactive users by default, and in our case 7+ days, and those who did not have a role. 97,000 plus members were removed as a result, and yeah. Give your all every day except your seed phrase. Don't give that. Yep. So their members went boom to boom. They were 150, looks like they were 160,000, and they've gone down to 55, 60,000. That's a small blip, but I'm impressed by how much people Gary V could bring to his Discord. It's insane. You cannot type something there without losing it within seconds. But the power of influence, eh? The power and influence. It's a small thing that they'll go through. I'm sure they can climb up. But moderate. This is the issue with scams. You know, any Discord that gets big. This is why I kind of invest in projects that are well funded, because as you grow, right? Say you become really big. I want to know that you have the know-how and the funding and some sort of idea on how you're going to pay for moderators, how you're going to pay for issues like this, how you're going to fund, you know, all kinds of things that come up when you scale beyond your team of 1 or 2 people that you are. But anyway, this happened. Just wanted to point it out that you know, if you're from the Vfriends community, probably being kicked, jump in if you want. I am in the Vfriends group, but I don't read anything because I just don't have, like, I'm just lost as to what the heck is going on. Alrighty. Yeah, love Gary. I'm a big fan of Gary. Big fan of Gary. I actually don't watch his early stuff. I'm a person that does and learns from my own mistakes. So I actually don't listen to anyone. I'm a bit stubborn like that. I'm like, I have my own theories, and then I just throw my money in certain theories, and then, you know, I get burnt. I lose a lot of money. I actually lose a lot of money because I throw money at things, and I learn by losing money. When I lose money, it hits me, and that lesson stays with me. So I kind of find that the more money I spend, the more places where I lose some money, the more lessons will stick with me, and then I will learn quicker that way. I'm not sure if you guys are of the same way. Crush It, very good book by Gary Vee. Thank you. This little thing came out. The number of OpenSea traders graph on OpenSea is literally going vertical. Well, it didn't come out. I actually tweeted it. I tweeted it saying that this graph, right? I looked at this graph the other day because I'm putting a pitch deck to for some other reasons, and Dune Analytic tracks the registered users who have made at least one transaction. So the number of people on OpenSea that have made at least one transaction. Okay. And look at this, right? It was going up. It was going up. There was a little bit of NFTs are dead phase. And now look at this right at the end. It's literally going vertical. What is this? Like a, man, this is what, an almost 90-degree angle growth. Like, it is going pretty vertical. Like, I'm imagining 6 months from now, what the hell this is going to look like. And we're seeing like this absolute vertical move. And we've gone from what? 200,000 to, looks like we've gone to 230,000 within a month, 20 days. I think we're going to hit 1 million in the next month and a half to 3 months. So the next 45 days to 90 days, we're going to hit 1 million people that have at least made one transaction. I think we're getting to a phase where the education is viral, where people have realized, wait a second, these NFTs keep coming onto my radar. They're here to stay. When that happens, they go in and mess up. You know, they go in and experiment with different things. So I think we're getting to that stage where things are starting to go parabolic. Vinay says, Maddie, I am following since 2 years. Is there a way to invest in your VC fund? As an institution, you can. So we're going to have some pretty big institutional investors invest in my fund. If you are institutional level, or you know someone, you can. Unfortunately, I can't do retail. I can't like just tell you guys to invest in my fund because the insurance does allow me to. I wanted to originally, and I tried to, but the insurance is just so expensive that it pretty much discourages me to do that. It doesn't make sense for me to do that. But we may look at models for where that can be done in the future. I think it'll be awesome for me to manage, you know, your money. But I would make sure that I'm protected legally to do that, or we are allowed legally to do that, because, you know, things can go wrong. The market could crash, and I don't want to not be able to pay back. Right? That's the worst thing. Another tweet that I made, and then after this, I can talk to you guys for a bit directly. But I said, imagine dialing back time and collecting all the first-gen Pokemon cards the RuneScape party has, the vintage cards, the first early art pieces from the greatest artists. That's literally what we can do right now with NFTs. The whole collector niche is being reset digital. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is that we are at a stage where basically Marvel can come and mint something here, them being a, God, what, 60, 80, 100 years established brand can come and mint NFTs here for the first time. And it's pretty much perceived as them restarting their career in a digital format. So you own this, it's going to have historical significance that this is their first thing on blockchain. And when that's going on all across the board, and I talked about WWF or WWE before, and how you could buy Undertaker NFTs, and they are one of the first, if not the first release of WWE, Marvel's first release, Pokemon will come and do their first release, Gary Vee's first release, Logan Paul's first release, artists like Beeple's first release. There's so many artists to still enter the scene. There's so many brands and games to still enter the scene, and these games will go on for decades. And who knows, like Marvel, like I said, has spent 60 to 70 years with physical comics. They've spent that many years making digital videos and cutscenes, and, you know, the last 20, 30, 40 years making movies, etc. Now, if NFTs will be something they're continuously going to do, you can imagine when there's 100, 500, 1,000 different comic series, then why would the first one not have value, right? If their whole user base now buys an NFT that they can resell and understands the model and collects them, then why the hell wouldn't the first ones have value? This makes sense. Like, imagine you got the first Marvel comic book, right, in mint condition, the first Charizard Pokemon card in mint condition. The first of everything is always the most valuable, right? Always. So, we are at a phase where we are blessed and lucky to be able to do that. Do not expect that to go up straight away. That's not how it works. Collectible items that are historically significant and art, they go up in time, and you have to give them time for it to go up. So what we do is we try, we buy something and we want it to go up straight away. And maybe it does sometimes because there's enough hype to generate that sort of buzz to do that. But in most cases, that doesn't happen. So just be careful that either you're investing in the long term or you're investing in the short term. In my opinion, I love to spread my capital across items that 10 years down the track will have extreme significant historical value. Things become much different. Like right now, remember this snapshot of this moment where there are, some big brands coming in. There's what seems to be a record high prices, tens of millions of dollars or $1 million sales. I'm telling you, in 10 to 15 years, you're going to see $10 million sales, $100 million sales. It's going to be bonkers what the space is going to look like. Everyone around you will know what an NFT is in 10 years. You're going to be talking to your friends about the NFTs that they collected. Many industries will enter this space. Their whole fan bases, whether they are WWE fans or they are Ed Sheeran fans, will understand how to interact with NFTs. And you're going to be like, holy shit, I was here at a time when no one knew NFTs were. I remember like thinking back about the early days of the NFT space where we were just messing around and playing some games, and we were all in the same Discords and having a laugh and talking about like what we're doing. From like Danny to Pranksy to Carlini to Jimmy to Gabby to all these people were kind of in the same Discord from project to project, just talking about all the fun stuff that's going on, right? And now, some of them have become massive, and they become massive developers and massive investors and all this sort of things. They're making massive moves. Gabby's gone on to get capital from A16Z, and it's crazy to think back there and be like, wait a second, we were just messing around and having fun. How did this happen? So it's like, it's always very surreal to look back at that point. It's always very surreal to snapshot this, and 3 years from now, this moment will become like very nostalgic, and this phase. So just keep that in mind. This is how like long-term investing works, and you are gonna watch it happen. All right, so that's pretty much it in terms of content. I wanted to make this kind of short, but we'll talk a little bit about you guys. Let's see what you guys want me to check out. Historical value needs time to appreciate. Absolutely, it does. It's history, right? You can imagine the first ever stone. If your friend 3,000 years ago gave you a stone and wrote his name on it and was like, yo, Maddie, this is my art piece. I found this way to put a green color smudge on it and my name. And here you go. It's a rock. There's only one of these rocks and I'm giving it to you. It has no value, right? You can probably go try and sell it to your mom or your friend around you for $1 or something, and probably no one's going to buy it. But hey, 3,000 years later, when we're in 2021, and we are like, wait a second, that's worth a lot of money. There's historical significance there. Now, that doesn't mean you have to wait till the person's dead. What I'm saying is that it takes time to appreciate value. All the stuff that you see being auctioned, there's the most historical legendary artists are all artists that were prolific at a certain phase of the art stage, right? So BTC is going to Pluto. Is BTC pumping? Is that what's going on? BTC at 48K. It is. In the last 24 hours, it's gone up 6%, gone up $3,000, almost at 50K USD. Ethereum is going up. I think the altcoins might move, guys. My NFT daily, I don't really talk about altcoins. Obviously, that's how much of us made our money investing in cryptocurrencies. But hey, look, if Bitcoin's moved to 48K, I think it's about time these altcoins are going to start pumping again. Yeah, I don't really talk much about this, but I don't know what to be excited for, because I used to have this mindset of buying and selling my NFTs and putting that back into crypto, because on crypto you can make 10 to 20x gains in some cases. Like you could have bought Access token for 10 cents. Now it's at $7. No, now it's at $70. 700x you would have made on Access tokens, but you could have also made a shit ton of money if you had invested in the NFT space. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of confused as to where to put my money. So I have a bit of both. All right, I have a bit of both. What do you think about Stoner Cat from Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis? I reckon there was a bit of buzz. I'm not sure how it's doing now. I'm not sure what it's doing now. You got to think like, all right, so they release a project. That's Ashton Kutcher. Now, what if Johnny Depp releases a project? All right, what if I don't know. What if what's his name? John Wick guy. Keanu Reeves releases a project. What if like 15 to 20, 30, 50 new celebrities release projects? You know, suddenly it's going to get a bit diluted, isn't it? Right? Or saturated. It's going to get a bit saturated. And when that happens, you got to think, what's so special about this project that you bought? Are they ahead of the game? Are they 1 or 2 years ahead of development? Do they already have a cartoon when the other ones are way behind? Are they doing something special that the other ones are not? Are they historically significant? So I don't know, man. I don't really get into it. I don't really invest in that sort of stuff unless I'm trading, which I don't do that often. Do you have a release date for Medikey Limited number 4? I don't have a date. We have a bunch of different things we want to release before it. We want to release the Meta Academy, guys. So the Meta Academy is, check this out, right? The Meta Academy is this concept that we have of the Meta Academy is almost ready to launch. If you could learn a new skill or strategy for thriving in the NFT space, what would it be? How to write a smart contract, how to make NFTs, how to run an Axie Infinity scholarship business. We'll have you covered. So the Meta Academy is going to be this little dashboard that you can enter if you have a Medikey. Okay, whichever Medikey you have, the first edition, second edition, third edition, whatever, you can enter it. And there's video courses on all of this stuff that not only I will make, but I'm going to get YGG to make some. Some of the best Axie Infinity scholarship business people, some of the best developers will make courses, and we'll have this curated section for all Medikey holders that they can log in using their Medikey and access all this information and be very. It's kind of like our own Udemy or our own little private YouTube channel where we have these very specific content that we want, right? So whether it be, I don't care what it is. It doesn't even have to be NFT related. It could be how to have a photography course, how to start a content influencer business, how to set up a VC fund, what the legal aspect of things are. There's only stuff that I can do myself. So I will. This is a community curated course content for our community, the Meta Academy or the Medikey. So the Medikey will unlock this and many other things. We're working on like hundreds of different things. Al says I missed out on the Medikey. Yeah, there's a 4th edition dropping soon for 0.2 Ethereum. I know they're really expensive now. That's just because they're early editions. But there's the next one, 5,000 of them going out probably 3 to 4 weeks from now. I mean, no rush. No rush to pump out these Medikeys apart from just getting it to you guys. My concern is that there's enough. It's not a flip thing, right? I want people to buy it, to use it. That's my concern. If I'm putting out NFTs out there for you guys to make money and flip it on day 2, I'll be honest, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. That is not the purpose of the stuff that I release. What I do know is to provide long-term value. What I do know is to release something where 2 years, 6 months, a year from 2 years from now, holy shit, that thing will be worth a decent amount of money. That's what I know. That's why, like, my thing, for example, if you see other projects, you're going to see these spikes. If you see the Medikey, you're going to see steady growth, right? Steady growth. You own it, it slowly goes up in investment. So that's kind of how I operate, and the stuff that I do. Now, the Medikeys that we sold initially for 0.2 Ethereum are worth 3.4. Now they're 1.28 for different editions. We're going to release the next set for, again, 0.2 Ethereum, and let's see how that goes. But before we do that, we need to find a way so that people don't sell. If people sell, then the price goes down. If people hold them, price goes up because there's less sellers. So we're releasing the Meta Academy, releasing multiple different game integrations where you can use the Medikey across them and do a bunch of stuff. That's the goal. Jumping on the Loki comics and heard much about Junkyard Dogs. No, I haven't. Love from Sydney. Thanks, Jordan. I have not heard of the Loki comics, but I'm not sure how the first set did. I'm not sure how the first release of those comics did in terms of money. I think they raised like $5 to $10 million or something crazy. I'm not sure if they're holding value in the secondary market. I may look into buying stuff when people are dumping and moving on to the next thing. I'm pretty sure some people get impatient and sell, like, in the next 2 to 3 months, it's going to be people dumping, and that's usually when I get in. Check out Citizens of Believer Island on Twitter. I have no idea. Is that a game? Any info coming for Keymasters during MetaKey 4th drop? Yes, there is. There's always Warlock stuff coming out for Keymasters. The PFP project that we're working on will be a Keymaster. There'll be a little perk for a Keymaster, and a bunch of different things. Did I create those keys? I didn't. Those keys were created by different artists. These keys were created, and this one is an epic one. Is created by Marco Matic. So we get a different artist that builds those keys, and then they may go on to be massive artists. And here you have an art piece and a key at the same time. There you go. You have you're forever connected to the artist, and you're forever connected to the MetaKey project. You're forever connected to my brand. These are the first NFTs that I've ever released, apart from my one-of-one art piece that I gave away for someone that bought my Twitter post for $400. I drew an NFT and I gave it to them. So apart from that, these are my first ones. Any news on Messiverse? No, I haven't heard anything, Andrew. Yesterday, Marvel Comics sold out within 4 minutes, and people that got common issues started selling for less than they bought it for instantly. Why? That's the stupidest thing ever. Yes, there's a game coming in 90 days. What do you expect Vive opening on to OpenSea? When do you expect? Is that happening? Is Vive Marketplace coming to OpenSea? I hope they do. One of the issues is that they keep everything internal. I'm not sure how that's going. But OpenSea is going massive. From a MetaKey Keymaster. What's up? What's up, my Keymasters? Giveaway. MetaKey 3 card has really nice art. Yes, it does. How many MetaKeys will be sold next time? 5,000. 5,000. And MetaKey, guys, is a different project to everything else. It's not one of those things that will be like a 10,000 drop and there'll never be more. The problem with these 10,000 drops, and one of the reasons why they're a short-term thing, most of them, is because there's only 10,000 of them, right? So the most community members you can have are 10,000 invested community members, which usually doesn't get that way. It usually becomes like 3 to 4, 5,000 people that own those NFTs. But how do you grow the community? How do you get hundreds of thousands of people to be part of the community? So that with the MetaKey, what we're doing is we're dropping NFTs every now and then, but when only there's demand for them. So we're building a bunch of different things you can do with the MetaKey before we release the next one. And we're going to grow that community massively until we release the one after that. But we'll continue to release them so that they may go up in investment as the artist does really well. But more importantly, they will be something that you get access to so much stuff that you would not want to sell it, right? So it's a different model. It's a different model. And it's a one that specifically, I want to one day have the MetaKey integrated in Final Fantasy or something, where you go where Final Fantasy has that, you know, if you have a MetaKey, then you have a cool sword in Final Fantasy or Pokemon, right? I want to get to a level where, you know, we're integrated to that level where if you have the MetaKey Edition 1, then you have a blue sword. If you have MetaKey Edition 4, you have a different sword. And when you go in there, you can identify different MetaKey holders. So, you know, it's a big dream, but we have some investors that will help us get there. And that's where we're going with this sort of stuff. That's where I hope we're going to go. Keyblade, that's it, Iggy. MetaKey plus Treeverse. Hell yeah, we are doing something with Treeverse very quickly. I don't know if you guys know what Treeverse is, but Treeverse is Loopify's product that I have bought 80 lands, and I'm a big fan of this sort of aesthetic. I know it looks really basic. I am a sucker for basic aesthetic, guys. I don't, you know, 3D is cool, but yo, pixelated lands like RuneScape and Habbo Hotel and all those old OG ones, like, are you kidding me? I love this stuff. And it's easy to load. A bunch of people can jump in. You can walk around, possibly buy and sell your hairstyles and your clothes and stuff. Buying girlfriend here. How come there's someone in my home? Hello world, all in plots. This is really cool. So Loopify says it's possibly the RuneScape of our blockchain world. Maybe it might be, but looks like he's gone ahead and done this sort of stuff. Buying board a 0.1 ETH V to sit V. Yes sir, gang. Meet me in the Treeverse ain't on here. Hello world. Buying girlfriend. Howdy friend, let's go squat gang. I want to go swimming. Okay. Anyway, looks really cool. So I bought about 80 lands. I think there's about 10,000 lands. 10,420 lands. Lake gang. Yeah, there's this thing where people are jumping in the lake. We have Dune Analytics up and running about founders private plots. If you have any stats, so the lands are currently about 0.4 Ethereum, and if I open that up for you guys, founders plot, where are we? Treeverse. if I open this up, and this is why I invest as well, guys, I don't just look at a great project. All right, it's a great project, but the economy needs to make sense. Economically, it needs to make sense in what I'm investing in. And so every single day, pretty much since it's been released, about 100 to 200 lands are being bought. It's 150, 136. It died down a little bit. 257, 169, 321, 161, 90, 854, 104, 90, 14 so far today. So there's like a decent amount of people coming in and buying, and that's why this line is slowly, at least it's holding. The fact that it's holding after a pre-sale is a big deal. If it's going to go up, it's because people keep buying a bunch, right? And you can see here the recent sales. We're getting 0.4 ETH seems to be the floor pretty much. 0.39, 0.4. 3 days ago, it was 0.3. Now it's 0.4. I bought at 0.35 to 0.4. I think people could have bought at 0.125 or something. But I think it's very cool. And because there's so many people coming in and buying every single day, that's what gives me confidence that 1 year from now, it's going to be worth a shit ton of money. Or even like 3 months from now. There's also the fact that there's already 3,400 owners. And I've noticed in these 10,000 avatar projects, once you start to flip between 3,000 to 4,000 members or owners, that's when you start to see some good prices. So just based on those theories, and obviously I love Lukefy and his work. Check out Cardano Warriors game. I need to look a little bit more in Cardano. Crypto Beasties has a similar and competing look to it compared to Treeverse. Yeah, you're right. Crypto Beasties does have a similar thing going on, doesn't they? Don't they? Crypto Beasties, they definitely have a similar thing going on where you own the eggs, and I believe the eggs are a certain plot. Looks like you can get a little animal. Cool. Oh, so these have hatched now? Because I've got a few. So there's like another game that's going on. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, there's gonna be many. Like, man, there's Hyper Hotel, there's RuneScape, there's Warcraft, there's Alt VR, the Alt Space VR, there's VR Chat. There's all these spaces, digital spaces that people hang out. They will all do really well as long as there's a community lead and a community members that appreciate those spaces and work together and build on that. The hatching has begun. I have some. Let's see what I got. What? Let's see what I got. I want to see what I got. I think I only have 3 of them. 3. Here we go. Crypto Beasties. I got 3 of them. How do I hatch them? Or do I have to go somewhere and hatch them? Maybe I refresh the metadata. I want to know what the hell I got. Okay, I need to go check it out. Only the purple eggs have hatched, Maddie, and you have to request it. Okay, Warlock. Had me excited there for a second, man. Looks like that. I gotta go get a purple egg or something. Seeing the claymates from Cardano and Space Buds, those projects look pretty cool. And Cardano Professor, I am hearing Cardano more on my radar. I may have to look at that at some stage. Thoughts on Stoner Cats? Yeah, I don't know. Let's take a quick look at Stoner Cats. Stone Cats. We'll probably go on for another 5 minutes, guys, and end this stream. Let's check it out. So are they still doing sales quite often? 4 minutes an hour ago, 2. So every 2 to 4 hours, they're making like 2 to 5 sales. Not that much volume. Volume seems to be dying out a little bit. Yeah. I think what happens is they make a sale, and then in between the sale and them releasing the product, it takes a long time. So there's this phase here that people start to sell quite less. I haven't actually looked at it much, but they look pretty serious. I mean, they got what? Ashton Kutcher. I think they've got Chris Rock. They've got a couple of other famous personalities. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do well, but it may take some time. I think you have to go to the website, 24px. Any thoughts on Nifty Gateway dropping a token similar to Super Rare, or maybe not, as Nifty Gateway is owned by Gemini, which is a regulated company and might not want to issue tokens? Yeah, that's right. That is right. There's a lot of legalities. there's a lot of legalities, guys, behind releasing a token. Because if you get pulled up, then you need to make sure that it doesn't categorize itself as an SEC. Sorry, a security. So there's all these issues around that, and Gemini being a regulated project in the States, like I don't know if they can do that with Nifty Gateway. They have to be very clear because they risk their license. And if they risk their license, then they can't sell crypto to US citizen, which is basically their whole play, and that's why Gemini exists. What blockchain is Viv on? I think it's on Ecomi. Is Ecomi its own blockchain, or are they using Ethereum? I think it's its own blockchain. Ether Lambos on OpenSea. Okay, all right, I've heard Ether Lambos at least 10 times in the last 10 days. Internet not doing too good. Ether Lambos. Is that it there? Ether Lambos, I believe, was like one really early project. 714 traded for 1,500 items. How old are these? Like, is it a really old project? Let's take a look. Minted 5 days ago. Oh, I think they were minted recently. People are finding, I think they're finding projects that haven't been minted but were somewhat released a while back, and then they're going rushing and minting them. Is that what's going on down here? I think you can filter these. Filter these by the date. What is going on with this project? Yeah, I have no idea what this project is. I have no idea. But for some reason, it's doing well. 1,500 people that own them an hour ago, 2 hours ago. 1.9 to Ethereum, 7.7 ETH. What? Satoshi serial number 88. 0.63 2 ETH. Fuck. Oh, it's a new project. It's a new project. Holy shit. Well, is it a new project or is it an old rapper? I have no clue. I have no clue. Let's check the website. Let's check out the website. Actually, if you click the Twitter, you can usually tell. Joined December 2017, so it looks like it's an old project. Ether Lambos is an NFT frontrunner. Trust the original. Ether Lambos are an important part of NFT history, hidden away and forgotten until early today. There you go. Ether Lambos are after the rocks. So people are trying to find these projects. And this is where history starts to matter. This is why people are running back and trying to find the historical projects. I have a ton of curio cards, guys. I have a ton of curio cards. I recently bought Ethereum. I bought 6 tiles for 25 ETH each, which is like $500,000. You know, I'm big on anything pre-CryptoPunks because I think they'll all be very collector items. Even after that, I got Mooncat Rescue stuff. I didn't buy any CryptoPunks. I bought some, but I flipped them. I feel bad now. Ether Rock I haven't got. I think I need to buy some of these. Maybe I will. Has anyone seen Angry Bunnies NFTs? They look amazing and the roadmap looks promising. Can't wait for a drop. I have no idea. Angry Bunnies. There's too many bunny projects coming out now. I think there's been like 3 rabbit ones. Ecomi is going to the Immutable X chain, sidechain or scaling solution. Yes, they are. Maddie looking into 24px, fully decentralized project. Fascinating case study. 24px. What is 24px? How do I even open that up? 24. This is fun. I would rather do this than actually go through content. Would you guys rather me go through news or rather me pull up projects that you guys mentioned? Let me know in the comments because I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying putting up stuff and just going through because I'm learning with you guys, right? 0.07 ETH, 0.1, 0.15, 0.08. What is this and why is it an interesting project? They released a week or 10 days ago. They had a bit of a spike here. I went down there. The owner of 24px died. No way. That's sad. Well, rest in peace, brother or sister. How do you handle seller's remorse when an NFT soul flipped higher? Oh man, you just take it. You churn on. It just hits you in the heart, man. I've done it with a ferocious art piece. I sold a ferocious art piece for $40,000, which to me back then was a ton of money. Now that same art piece is worth probably $500,000 to $1 million. I sold another ferocious piece for $100,000 accidentally, meaning that I had it listed and I forgot about the listing. And that one is probably worth $500,000 to $1 million. So I've learned just to take it, because someone's gonna probably flip it for more than you, and that's okay. That's just okay. I've also learned to hold on to some art pieces. So my art pieces now, I just do not sell, because especially my single edition pieces that are unique, I don't sell them. Like my Corys, I have Corey. So check this out, right? Mike Tyson. Let's see how Mike Tyson went with his Corey pieces. He released his collection, and Corey has this blue faces genre. Pretty cool, looks awesome. Man, I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson, guys. I'm such a big fan of Mike Tyson. And these are selling for, 1 to 5 ETH, some of them. 5 ETH for laser eyes. And the way I kind of work this out is I multiply 5 by 50, because 50 is the total supply, and you get 250 ETH. So that should basically mean a single edition is worth about 250 ETH. It's not always the case. 250 ETH is 700k USD, I think. Yeah, about 750k USD. 1.65 times 250 is about 300 ETH-ish. Same thing here. Oh no, it's more than that actually. It's like 400 ETH. So the market caps of each of these little ones, 4 times 550, so 200 ETH. So it looks like, these sets are, the market cap of the sets are about $500,000. Now I am a lucky, blessed owner of, check this out, guys. You got to see this stuff. Corey, where's Corey Van Loo? I am the lucky owner of Corey's first ever NFT. Boom, TCL blogger. I actually messaged Corey back in the day when he wasn't on Super and he had no NFTs at all. And he was a traditional artist. And I was like, yo, Corey, your art is wicked. You need to get NFTs, man. You need to get NFTs. And he was like, Maddie, I would love to. How do I do it? I told him about Super Rare. He applied. He got approved. And I said, yo, dude, I would love to buy your first 5 pieces for $1,000 each. So I bought his first 5 pieces for $1,000 each, which obviously is worth a lot more money now than what I bought it for. And back then I was just hunting around for artists that I thought were pretty wicked, and I was just messing around. I didn't exactly know what I'm doing because I'm not an art collector. I just thought that instead of buying on market, why don't I go and find them and then bring them to the space and buy some of their pieces, the first pieces. So I bought this. I sold this. This is one of my regrets. I sold this for 6 ETH, and then the guy that sold it for 6 sold it for 22, and it's probably worth way more now. Then I bought Fendi Fade, Dipset Bart, and The Journey Begins. Check this out. This is the first art piece that he has, the first installation to my new body of work titled Blue Faces. This is the first Blue Faces NFT that he ever created, which if it ever goes on to become a huge deal, which it will, then this is the first. I have the first. I will never sell this. I will pass this down to generations unless I get offered something stupid crazy. So I'm holding on to these, and maybe Corey will go on to do not only Mike Tyson collabs, but Beyonce collabs. God, I don't know who else. Denzel Washington collabs. Maybe some other actors, Brad Pitt, maybe some other brands, and hopefully he'll be well known in the NFT space. He's doing really well with his career. And this is kind of what happens, right? You invest in an artist's early work before they do much, and they start announcing their career progression and start selling the NFTs for more and more, and suddenly the early ones get worth a lot more money. Now there's a timestamp on these. This timestamp is a year ago. So a year ago in 2020, this was minted. And as the timeline of NFTs goes on, and there's millions of artists eventually, then 2020 artists will be regarded, or 2020 art minted will be regarded as somewhat great, right? 2020 and pre that, and 2021 once there's way more artists, 2022 eventually. But as the timeline gets more and more back, that's where the value is. So I have some of his early mints and all that stuff. Did you give away an NFT? No, I didn't. Hashtag giveaway, guys. Hashtag giveaway if you want to be in the NFT giveaway. I said I'll give away a Rick Strobe Bull. There's nothing in the Discord today, but because I just can't get Discord working with this laptop for some reason. but hashtag giveaway, and I'm going to choose someone in 24 hours. In 24 hours, I'll choose someone, and I will message them in my Discord. And the Discord link, as you guys know, is usually in the description. Is it in the description here? Yeah, there you go. The Discord link is in the description, and I'll reach out once it happens. Put the chat. Yeah. All right. So that is that. Have you seen Crypto Cities? No, I haven't. Crypto Tubers. What the hell are Crypto Tubers? You are a billionaire in NFT collections. I'm getting there. Jim Lee and Frank Miller NFTs. Yeah, that'd be awesome. When Jim Lee, I'm too poor for these NFTs. Could you check out crypto YouTubers? Maddie, I would sell some pieces while they have value. Jose Elbow, one more comic artist releases NFTs. His value may not hold. Jose Elbow will hold in the long term, I think, because his comic release was probably one of the first comics to be released in the NFT space. So, you know, as people are running back to find the first of this and the first of that, maybe 1 or 2 years from now, people will run back and find that. All right. I have not collected a Bored Ape. I just watched the prices go up, and I'm just like, man, surely these aren't going to go more and more higher, and they keep going more and more higher. I think they're like 14 ETH floor at the moment. Totally missed that boat, but I would prefer something with a higher upside. So, for example, Bored Ape is 14 ETH, right? But say you get into something and you bought it for 1 ETH, it's easier for that 1 ETH to go to 10 ETH than it is for a Bored Ape at 14 ETH to go to 140 ETH. So one will 10x easier than the other 10x's. One requires, you know, tens if not hundreds of $1,000,000 to go there. One requires millions of dollars to get there. So there's like, sometimes when things are too expensive, I'm like, wait a second, it probably needs too much money to pop this to the next level. Like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's at 45K or 48K USD. For it to get to 100K USD, which is a 2x, it requires about $1 trillion, right? $1 trillion of capital needs to come in to pop Bitcoin to 100K USD. Which means, you know, a 2x there. How now a 2x in, if you want to make that with an altcoin, if you want, like, say, you know, Mana at 70 cents, it's easier for Mana at 70 cents to go to $1.40, right? That doesn't need $1 trillion. It needs, like, say, $50 million or $30 million, and it can go to $1.50. So there's a higher upside on projects that have a less of a market cap, and it's the same thing with NFT space. No worries, Warlock. My pleasure. Matty, do you know about 33 NFT on Twitter? He recently sold 33 family VIP passes on Nifty Gateway. Floor rised from $33 to almost $1,000 in 11 days. I'm holding for, but I don't know much about them. No, I don't, Janina. I don't. But you know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. What is it? 33 NFT. Let's see. My internet sucks so bad. NFT collector, owner of 1,000 rare NFTs. The People's Champ DM for inquiries. Not sure how that turned out into a shill post. 33 fam, please comment below stating what passes you currently hold with a link to your Nifty Gateway profile. Okay, so what exactly did you do? Wow, thank you so much, bro. You are a legend, and I'm grateful for a friendship we've built. I just bought the floor piece of my own collection, but there's a twist. The floor was 3.3, and these are 32 unique owners. Okay. The passes provide you with exclusive NFT community membership that provides you with unique access to future drops with legendary artists and whatever else 33 NFT has planned up his sleeve. And that's the deal, right? The deal is that you are investing in a the NFT is not just an art piece. NFT is a ticket to the future of whatever that creator does, and that creator can be an individual, an artist, a brand, a content creator like me, etc. So the meta key is mine. He's got 33 NFT, and Loopify has Treeverse, and there'll be different things for different people, and that's a cool part of it, right? If you trust someone, you can buy the NFT and get future things. I don't know. Looks like, you know, there's a point where he has to prove himself with providing value with stuff. And I'll give you an example. I remember when our MetaKey sold in 15 minutes, the first 500. The second 750 MetaKeys took 45 days to sell, guys. It took 45 days to sell. because in that 45 days, we had to prove ourselves. All right, we sold some at the start, and now people are holding it. They're like looking at us saying, all right, Maddie, what are you doing with this? Like, what are what are you releasing? It took us 45 days to like 2 months to start building and releasing stuff. And that's where that investors kept coming and buying them. And they bought them at 0.2 ETH, but now it's worth 1.6. And then the third edition, which was after that 45 days, after the second edition, took 20 minutes to sell out. So it takes, there's phases of slow periods in the project's career, and you may be in a slow period, so you might have to just wait and watch. What do you think about Doge Pound potential upside, Maddie? I keep seeing them a lot. It also depends on how seriously the community takes them. So if the community owns these Doge Pound NFTs, and then just starts to really hammer them and say we're gonna be buying sandbox lands, and you can play Doge Pound NFT games in there, and we're doing giveaways, or we're partnered with NASA and they're doing something here, like all this sort of stuff. So it's up to them to start doing all this stuff, and if they do that, that's a big deal. If they don't, and all they're doing is changing their profile pic, then I don't know, it's not really much of an investment in my opinion. Any views on Crypto Motors? Do you have any? Crypto Motors, if that's Leandro and his team, I freaking love those guys. If it's not, I don't know what Crypto Motors are. Minted only 2 of 33 VIPs. Oh, is there only 33 of them? Is there only 33 of those passes? If that's the case, that's pretty rare. I would hold that. If you only spend $33 on it, then why not? 33 is pretty scarce. I remember I should have bought second edition key. I remember seeing it on Rarible. Yeah, I should have bought them myself, 5 of them, so I could use them as giveaways, but we didn't, and so we had to spend a 1.5 ETH on them to give them away. So we have no treasury of the MetaKey number 2. We have 20 of the MetaKey 3, so we can use them as giveaways. But I had to buy my own thing for like 5 times the price that I should have. I regret not even buying my own NFTs for giveaways. Thoughts on crypto corgis, man? Jeez, there's like crypto everything these days, right? Crypto corgis. Oh wait, I'm in Instagram. That's kind of funny. Crypto corgis. Let's check it out. What are these? There's only 40 of them. Don't tell me people are running back and buying them. What are these things? Oh, that's cool. It's the Bulbasaur thing. I love Bulbasaur. Hey, these are pretty cool. When was... Okay, are they selling now? It's 2 days ago, 6 days ago, 0.21, 0.08. What's the deal with these? Is that a new just set of corgis that just got released? Is there a historical timeline here? When was the Twitter made? 2021 March. Okay. I don't know. I don't know who the creator is. Is this just a random project where it's an anon dev? Is there anything here? Okay, I don't think that's gonna hold. I'm sorry. Maddie, Boss Logic Gauntlet, please give your views. I am, now we're at a phase where Boss Logic and the team have to prove themselves to sell out the rest of the gauntlets. I'm gonna wait for that to happen. They need to come up with some previews and show like what they're actually doing. How many are left? How many gauntlets are left? So Boss drops. The last thing, guys, I have to go after this. Please smash like button. 3,800 left, so we're slowly climbing down. It might take the next week or 2 weeks to sell down, and slowly sell. So we will see how this goes. It looks like a pretty ambitious project. 0.269 ETH is quite expensive for an NFT. We'll have to see how this goes. I have about 30 of them, so just kind of watching, seeing how that goes. All right. I would love to talk to you guys for the rest of the night, but I need to go. So thank you for joining me, and I'm happy that this thing didn't crash on us and you guys could hear me fine, and there was no noise in the back, and the computer was holding fine, and it didn't die on the charge, and we went through a bunch of stuff, and I think I really enjoyed talking to you guys. So I think what I'll do is we'll go through some news in the first 20 minutes, or the first 20-30 minutes, and then we'll switch the next 30 minutes to just talking with you guys. It was one of the best things. I learned about 10 different projects. So I think for me, that's definitely a lot more valuable to go through some new projects, whatever you guys said. Like, I love it. All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Remember, there's a giveaway. I will announce who it is. Make sure you're in that Discord. And thank you all for your time. You're thanking me for my time. I thank you for your time. This encourages me to keep making these. And I like nothing more than to do these streams. These are my favorite things to do. So enjoy. Have a good night. And make sure you get into NFTs and have fun with them. Remember, it's just fun. Make sure you're enjoying yourself and you're not looking at things too seriously and getting down when investments go up and down. It's all part of the process. So find a community that you like, find a streamer that you like. Hello, and everything should be okay. So take care. Have a good night, morning, and everything. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you.